What's up, everybody? Welcome to this wonderful Wednesday. We are halfway through the week, and it is Ash Wednesday for us Catholics, and we are entering into Lent, the Lentil season. So, if you have any Catholic friends, you might know that they might be a little bit grumpier the next 40 days and 40 nights as they have given up their favorite thing or things. And yeah, it's an adjustment, but here we are going into another great lentil season. And hopefully, you have something that you're doing it for to be grateful for and to give back to the person who protects us the most. So, welcome to Wednesday. This is Behind the Layers podcast. I'm your host, Kara Christensen. And on this podcast, we spend our time uncovering the facts, the truths, the myths, the good, the bad, the ugly in the health, fitness, beauty industries. So, welcome. I am so excited to have you guys here with me. Hopefully, today this mic is going to do me justice because it has been trying to take me down. And I'm not going down without a fight. So, our topic today is one that I feel like I'm constantly talking about with my clients, and that is sleep. And even better about sleep is what can we do to burn fat while you're sleeping? That's the ultimate goal right there, right? So, we're going to talk about those things today and also how to get to sleep in the first place. I know a lot of us have issues getting to sleep. Many of us have ADHD. Many of us have too much caffeine in our day, and or we are juggling too many things, and your mind is just constantly racing, and it's hard to get it to shut down solid enough to go to sleep, especially if you're doing certain things before you go to sleep. And we're going to dive into those. So I want to say welcome to all of those that are joining me. Welcome to you guys on TikTok. I really do appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. I am going to try and shuffle back and forth so I can see you guys. But thank you. I really do appreciate you being here. And today's topic is a big one. I mean, not only am I constantly talking about it with my clients, but friends and family and people that I know struggle from a lack of sleep. And by the time they get to, Thursday in their week or possibly Friday, if they're able to get there, if they're so inclined, you feel like your wheels are falling off, right? You feel like, I just can't do it. I just need a nap. I need to take a nap. And then that messes up your whole circadian rhythm because now you're napping in the day and then you're not going to bed at night. And what you're going to learn about getting better sleep and deeper sleep is got a lot to do with keeping that schedule and keeping that rhythm. So, it is very exciting to dive into this topic because it's a big one, and especially talking about how to get sleep and burn fat while you're sleeping. Now, that is where we want to be, right? That's the sweet spot. So, diving into our topics today, you guys know I am always going to bring you information that is tried and true, that is not just from some John Doe off of the internet. The places that I go, you can go and research them yourself. They are from board certified doctors and the ones that do all the studies and put all the data out there. They're putting it on healthline.com, WebMD, and the, oh my gosh, Mayo Clinic. Thank you. My brain just decided. Now, here I am thinking, wow, I'm feeling so grateful. This microphone is going to do its job. You know what? It's frustrating when you buy something. You guys ever have that happen? You buy something, you look at all the reviews, everybody gets graded for reviews, and you dive in. You're like, I don't really want to spend this much on something, but the reviews are great. So let me go in and do that. And then you get the item, and then you're like, let me go and you see all the reviews for the people that wrote a bad review, they all say the same thing, right? So this microphone is a perfect example of that. Do they pay for these reviews? That's what I'm wondering. Are these reviews legit? Because the few negative reviews is about this microphone. As you can see, means I'm not even touching this thing. However, I got you, Bo. Thank you. Hi, Bo. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate that. Yeah, fun times, you guys, right? What's up? What's up, Wesley Gomez? Thank you for joining me over here on TikTok. I'm going to do my best at going back and forth. I am streaming from a different platform. So it streams out to everybody from the one platform. So if you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do that from the platform you're watching this from. And I'm going to do my best to keep streaming out from one main platform to all the platforms. It really does make it easy and very convenient. But right here is behind the layers, and that's where we uncover the layers from the beauty, the health, the wellness industry. And I try to always bring you the facts of what's going to work for you, what's not, what's a myth, what's a fact, and just go down the gamut of what's the new trends, is it working, is it not working, and how to keep you on track and living your best life from the inside out in the healthiest, most natural way that you can. So, we only get this one life, right? And we want to live it in the best way that we can. And you don't have to have expensive equipment or do expensive shots or anything like that to live that best life. So we talk about all of that stuff here on this channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate you. So today's topic, like I said, is about your sleep. Everybody is always asking, my clients ask me, my family asks me, friends talking about the lack of sleep. And by the time you hit like 40, 45, it becomes really relevant that when you're not getting that sleep, you can tell, you feel it. It hits different, as the teenagers say. It hits different. So, what I'm here to talk about is how to get that sleep naturally and also how to burn that fat while you're sleeping, right? Best of both worlds. So, we're going to dive into some articles. You guys know I go to the main places that you can get your most tried and true data researched from board certified doctors, and the panel that they go through to get their data and research is from WebMD, Healthline.com, and Mayo Clinic. So those are the ones that I'll be sharing information with you today. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about how we can get better sleep, what happens in your sleep, and how do we burn fat while we're sleeping, which is like the ideal spot to be. So let's dive in. Heading over to the first article that I pulled up, and I found I like to pull up them against each other, like healthline.com and the Mayo Clinic and WebMD, kind of seeing, is there a common thread? Are they all talking about something that is, also tried and true between the three? So I feel like you could put your eggs in that basket, right? If you feel like there's something that they all mentioned is really great for us, we should try that. We should do that. And I'm all about that whole all natural holistic thing, because you don't want to put more stuff in your body that is just going to be breaking it down and fighting against what, and then you got to take another pill to counteract what that pill is doing to you, and it just becomes like a complete cluster cluck in there. So we are going to talk about healthline.com first. Increase bright light exposure during the day. So it's saying spending time in natural sunlight or bright light during the day can help keep your circadian rhythm healthy and in turn improve your daytime energy and the nighttime sleep quality and duration. So like, getting outside, how I'm always like, okay, if you're feeling stressed, you're getting stressed at work, or you just feel like you need a breather, Because what happens, we've already talked about this on the podcast a couple days ago, which we reached episode 40, you guys, and we didn't even celebrate that. So shame on me. But so yeah, in episode 40 we did talk about the cortisol that increases when you start to stress out. So before that cortisol gets to a space where it's going to increase so much that you can't get it under control and now it's going to turn into fat, you walk outside, take a breather, take some of that fresh air in. Hopefully the sun's shining. Even if it's not, you're getting still a little bit of that UVA, UVB rays. So getting outside, getting some fresh sunlight, not just the zombie lights that are inside of an office building or the lights that you have going on in your home. You got to walk outside and get some of that fresh air, at least for 30 minutes out of your whole day. I mean, you just have to do that. You just, for whole mind, body, spirit, bringing it all together, right? Okay, so going outside and getting more natural sunlight, okay, that's going to help you. So the result of a small 2022 study suggests that daytime bright light exposure can improve sleep quality and duration. For this reason, it's a good idea to get daily sunlight exposure, or if that's not possible for you, to invest in an artificial bright light device or bulb. So they make those LED bright, they call it like daytime bright. You'll be able to notice too. And like my husband just recently changed out some light bulbs in his bathroom, and he left two of these that they're talking about, the bright light sunlight bulbs, and then he left one of the other warm light bulb. I was like, why? What's the point? But you can tell the stark difference of the two. One, that it really brightens and illuminates the room, kind of like the ring light that I use here when I'm doing my podcast with you. And a lot of podcasters use the ring light because it illuminates and gives you a nice even glow, opposed to just the regular old soft lighting that it gives you. And I can tell you, since I got the ring light and I'm doing my podcast and I do a lot of my videos and workouts and stuff with it, that bright light has really played an effect on my sleep, because it is so much bright light in my face for such a long period of time in the day. And I also go out and walking the dog and with the kids. So it has actually, I didn't even know it until I started diving into this whole circadian rhythm and bright lights through the day and getting better sleep. I'm ADD, and I also have bad sleep, and most people that with ADD have poor sleep, and you have to go through all these measures so you can shut your mind down, because it's constantly racing, constantly thinking of new ideas and new thoughts, new topics, and processing all the information that I brought in through the day through my research. So my brain is on fire at all times. So I really do have to follow these steps, and it's interesting how I've been more tired through these days of since having the whole ring light exposure. So when I was reading this, I was like, what? This is true. This is probably exactly why I've been getting deeper sleep through my evenings, with a few extra added things, which we're going to get to in this podcast today. Okay, so let's see. So that's the artificial bulbs. And those bulbs are just like bright LED. You can put like sunlight bulbs in there too, but it's usually an LED light, and you're using less energy with those lights, which is like a win-win. So, an earlier 2017 study of more than 100 office workers found that those who were exposed to a lot of light in the morning had less time to fall asleep at night, especially in the winter, because it's cold. We're not going out. They also found better synchronization of the body's internal clock and an improved quality of sleep. More than 100 office workers that found that those who were exposed to a lot of light in the morning had less time to fall asleep at night. Oh, took less time. I guess that's what they're trying to say, right? Like you fell asleep quicker. That's what sometimes these words can really get me going, right? It's like your brain, if it's worded in a particular way, also, I tell my husband, you know, at the end of like having a conversation back and forth about what the topic of that we were on, and the delivery of the words. Sometimes, they say it's not the words you said, it's the tone, but sometimes it is the words. The words can also be very confusing if they are not put in an order that makes a whole lot of sense, that could be predicted in another realm. So, it's communication is key to everything, right? Communication, as my dad would always say, communication is the success to everything in your life. And I find that to be true, don't you? Like it's the success to if you're talking to someone on the phone that you need them to help you with maybe like I don't know something's going on with your bill or whatever and you're trying to communicate what's going on or you got a package that like I just did that I didn't order and they sent the wrong thing. Communication is everything and it can be misconstrued very easily. So I feel like the more detailed and specific you are with your words, the better you're going to get your communication across. So that was a really big side tangent. My bad. That had nothing to do with your sleep. That has to do with the improvement of your relationships in your life. That's what that was about right there. How to improve the relationships in your life with one tiny detail, side note, communication. There you go. Okay, so reducing blue light exposure in the evening. A lot of your phones have this. I mean, I know the iPhone has that, where you push down on the screen and it will tell you you can do the blue light, can hit the blue light function. And that, I mean, I have mine set to hit that anyway once the sun falls. So that way I'm just getting that regardless, but you can have that on at all times of the day if you wanted to. So, nighttime light exposure can have the opposite effect of the daytime exposure because it reduces your level of some hormones, including melatonin, which is what you need your body to produce to relax and get into a deep sleep. So, melatonin is so interesting because our body produces that naturally. But if we don't give it the space to do that, then it won't. So, if you are staying in a constantly lit environment and you're trying to go to sleep, like the TV's still on, you have maybe you have night lights, maybe like whatever computer light from your partner, or I don't know, whatever the lights it's lit up in your area in your visual space, then your body is not going to produce the melatonin. So I don't know if you guys had seen that documentary. What's the guy who wants to live forever or something like that? I forget what the name of it is now. But he literally has his bedroom is just his bed. And we're going to get to more about what, the bedroom activities should be. But it's true. If you have all these distractions, not saying you have to take your TV out of your room, but you should turn it off. You should I like to turn it off and put on like spa music or something just to kind of wind my mind down. If it's total silence, I can't do that. I can't. My brain just like keeps on going and it fills the space with noise in my head. So I have to have a noise to drown out that noise. So, blue light, which electronic devices like smartphones and computers give off in large amounts, is the worst type in this regard. There are several popular methods you can do to reduce nighttime blue light exposure. These including wearing glasses that do like the blue blocker glasses they have, and turning off the TV, other devices, and other bright lights 2 hours before bed. So, 2 hours before bed, suggesting to turn all of these devices off. And I think it's good anyway because then it gets your brain time to just process what you've already taken in and not take on any more information. So, the more information you're giving it, the more it's going to take that time to keep processing that, and the longer you're drawing out your process of falling asleep. So it makes a lot of sense. And you guys know I was talking to you too about doing the sleep mode where you're it's almost I think it's called a body scan and you put the voices on and it gives you it's got like a deep vibration that kind of your brain triggers your brain that we're going into that melatonin deep space of sleep. So it's a noise that radiates in our brain that helps you get it's almost like a signal to your mind that okay, we're getting into our rested state of mind. So it has that going on in the background. It has some very soothing sounds going on in the background, and then it's somebody's voice. And remember we talked about finding the voice that's right for you, and we had like shuffled through a few options, but you have to find you can't find somebody whose voice is very triggering when you're trying to go to sleep, right? So it gives you a body scan and it's like, okay, we're going to just focus on breathing, and it gives you like the breathing, couple breaths coming in and slow breaths going out, and then it focuses on your heart and your organs, and you're just kind of doing this body scan. You're relaxing your shoulders. Now you feel your elbows relaxing, your hands relaxing, and you're fully falling into a deep, comfortable space. And it kind of talks like that and talks you through just shutting each part of your body down so you can get into this deep space. And I really do like those body scans when I'm really having trouble getting my brain to shut down. But there are other things that you can do to help you physically to get there, and we're going to talk about that too. So 2 hours before going to bed, shutting all that stuff down. Blue light blocker glasses, those glasses that have the blue light lens on them, which I also found out from my eye doctor because I have stigmatisms in both of my eyes. So they're shaped like a football in the back rather than a round circle. So people that have that also have something called night blindness, or like when you're driving, the beams of light when they're coming at you when it's dark out and like not a lot of moonlight and no street lights, if those beam of lights that are coming towards you, they will bounce off your eyes in weird ways, like almost like lasers, like laser beams, like at a laser show happening. And that's not what you want to happen while you're driving your car at night. It's just like seeing laser shows all of a sudden, like somebody slipped some shrooms in your drink. But if you wear the blue light blockers, those glasses that look like, reading glasses or big glasses, then it cuts that out, which is really wild. So it'll cut that out so you can drive without seeing those lights. So if you have that issue, get you some of those blue light blockers. I think they're like $10 on Amazon or less. I don't know. But you can look that up. So moving along, blue light blockers is a way to kind of, if you're on your phone, I just say shut it all off. That's the only way I can do it, is shut it all off. Do the body scan or put on some like soothing music, the spa music or something on your phone if you don't have an Alexa. Putting on your phone and just sitting at your bedside while it's plugged in. Or you can do like brown noise, which is like a deeper like kind of sound. Or you can do rain sounds or thunderstorms or whatever. There's so many options now. That really does help tremendously for me specifically and for some of the clients that I have also given these guidelines to. Okay, so sorry about that, you guys, over on Instagram. I totally forgot to hit go live for you guys, so I apologize for that. Mainly focused on this microphone staying lit up today. Okay, so reducing blue light. So the first one was increasing our daylight sun or exposure or bright light sun, and then reducing the blue light exposure in the evening from like electronic devices and televisions 2 hours before you go to bed, reading a book or, just kind of shutting the brain down. I just suggest literally like putting that spa music or doing the body scans. And it's kind of fun to do the body scan. I don't know. I really like them. Okay. 3, rolling into 3, don't consume caffeine late in the day. I know a lot of my clients have done that. Like that was what their hang up. And I would be like, okay, well, let's stop the caffeine at like noon and then we can get you on a better path. But don't be drinking like, cups of coffee and just keep on downing those. So, and a single dose of caffeine can enhance focus, energy, and sport performance. However, the authors of 2023 research review found that late caffeine consumption reduced total sleep time by 45 minutes and overall sleep efficiency by 7%. This may be because caffeine may have a negative effect on REM sleep, which, makes sense, right? Though the research on daytime caffeine consumption and sleep isn't conclusive, to be safe, it's a good idea to avoid drinking caffeinated beverages at least 8 hours before bedtime. And there is caffeine in soda. There's caffeine in some sodas out there, unless it says decaffeinated on it. But most people don't know that. I couldn't believe how many of my clients didn't know that there's caffeine in soda. So, if you're taking a caffeine supplement, don't take it within 13 hours of bedtime. That's a long time. So pretty much just do that in the morning, and that's that. Okay. If you find yourself craving a cup of coffee in the late afternoon or evening, stick with decaffeinated coffee. which you should just still do a little tiny decaffeinated cup. They actually make a lot of great like collagens and things that you can drink that have a coffee flavor to them but don't have the caffeine, that are super beneficial and good for you. So that might be an option too, to get that good collagen in your body too, especially for those of us that are over the age of 40. But decaf coffee. Yep. Okay, so remember, we're getting this information from the 3 trusted places that I go to, the board certified doctors that put their information, their studies, and all their information out there is going to go to healthline.com, WebMD, or Mayo Clinic. Those are the 3 that are tried and true. So if you're coming here to Behind the Layers, you better know I've done my deep dive. So I'm going to share from each of those and see if we can find a common thread of some things that are the same on all 3 of those sites. So we went through that. Sorry, let me just. So no caffeine, which sounds to me kind of like, duh. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you have a lack of sleep, you have to like start doing that process of elimination to where you're looking at your schedule and being like, oh, I do drink coffee at like 3 or 4. But while short power naps can be beneficial, go back over here. While short power naps can be beneficial, taking long or irregular naps during the day can negatively affect your nighttime sleep. So I have seen other studies about this when I was, working with my clients, and just it messes up your circadian rhythm. So sleeping in the daytime can confuse your internal clock, meaning that you may have a hard time falling asleep at night. But the effects of napping vary from person to person. For example, a 2021 review suggests that napping might be helpful for people who are athletes or engage in strenuous physical activity and might not compromise their nighttime sleep, because you're burning it off, right? Your body is just recouping. It's not like, oh, I'm just bored, or, I didn't get enough sleep last night. Let me go sleep now. And then you're up later and now your whole rhythm is off and you have to start back from scratch. If you take regular daytime naps and sleep well, you shouldn't worry about it. Duh, right? But if you seem to be disrupting your nighttime sleep, consider cutting them shorter or limiting them. So I know a lot of sleep experts talk about, if you are going to take a nap, to do it in like a 20-minute nap. Whatever kind of rest you can get in that 20 minutes, but setting an alarm to not sleep longer than that, because once you sleep longer than that 20 minutes, then your body starts to slip into that REM, and that's not where you want to go in the middle of your day, especially when you have other things to go, because then when you wake up, you're just going to be groggy, and that's not the space you want to be in, because literally you're trying to take a nap to not be groggy. So whatever rest you can get in that 20 minutes and then setting the alarm to wake up before you get into that space is going to keep you from getting too groggy and then setting your circadian rhythm all off track, which is what you don't want to do. Because what are we trying to get to at the end of this is, how are we going to burn more fat while we sleep, right? That's the end goal. That's what we're working towards in this episode. So try to sleep and wake at consistent times. And this was something that was difficult for me because my schedule is all over the place with raising kids and just shuffling all the millions of things that I'm into in my day. Sometimes the only time that I get to do something is at night when everybody's asleep. And then I start my research and all the things. And that's, 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. And depending on what I'm diving into, I can get lost down the rabbit hole, like Alice in Wonderland. I'm like, hello, Mad Hatter. And then I'm, look at the clock and it's 2 a.m. and I still have to get up at the same time regardless, because, kids don't care if you have to sleep or not. Thank you. Aw, thanks, Hal. You are so sweet. I appreciate that. Let's see. What did you say, Bo? You said, I do a pot of a third caffeine, 2/3 decaf every morning at 5 a.m. Then if I want coffee after 10 a.m., it's decaf. Nice. I like that you're doing the mix, the decaf and the caffeinated, depending on the time frame that I actually shut my eyes. I like to have my cup, and how it makes my coffee for me like a barista every morning. So I think that's so sweet that I know that he knows that I'm a moonlighter. So I'm up at night doing my research, doing my work, So he doesn't even know what time I end up actually falling asleep, but he wakes me up with that big, strong cup of coffee in the morning, and it does get my eyes, my peepers, to open up. So, your body's circadian rhythm functions on a set loop. Our bodies are so intelligent, right? This is just amazing. Aligning itself with sunrise and sunset. So, think about it. Like back in the day when we were created and God created us in his perfect image, we didn't have all of the things like, obviously clocks and phones and all this stuff. So we went off of literally the sunrise and the sunset for our circadian rhythm. And that is why our body will only produce the melatonin in the dark, because that's when it's supposed to be able to release that natural melatonin in the dark. But most of us don't go to a dark space to go to sleep. So many of us, not most of us, many of us. So it doesn't get an opportunity to do that. So if you are in that realm and you're not able to, maybe you have a partner that doesn't go to sleep, maybe you don't sleep well without the TV on, whatever the case, I'm going to take you through steps that you can do to try to get on a better sleeping pattern at home for free already. Tonight you can try these things, and also some natural remedies of things you can do that are very inexpensive to try and help get your mind at that more sleepy space. And also, obviously, burning fat while we sleep. You're going to burn fat anyway more in that deep REM sleep than you would if you weren't in that sleep to begin with. But we're also going to talk about how to burn that extra fat. So, a 2020 review of 41 studies found that going to bed late or having an irregular sleep pattern negatively affected sleep quality. If you have trouble sleeping, to get in that habit of waking up and going to bed at similar times every day, after several weeks, you might not even need an alarm. It's true. Once you start doing that and you start that pattern and you're like, let me just give it a go. Let me give this whole thing, like, let me shut off all my devices. Let me do that at least an hour. They say 2 hours, but I'm like at least an hour before bed, and start getting, like I told you, I put the spa music on, or do like a deep sleep body scan on your phone, and it'll walk you through how to like, it plays the tone that gets the vibration in your mind to kind of signal, hey, we're shutting down. Okay, it's shutdown time. You don't have to go home, but you got to get the heck up out of here. Talk about my thoughts, all those thoughts. You got to wind them down, calm them down. Of course, if you keep feeding your brain, it's going to keep staying. I know, hello, guilty citizen right here. I'm learning too. I'm telling you right now, these things are tried and true. They work if you give them a go. If you give them a go and it's free to do, it just takes your time and your effort. So just like anything, right? If you have trouble sleeping, to get in a habit, blah, 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 you might not even alarm. Okay, moving on. So take a melatonin supplement. We do this in our house if need be. Melatonin is a key sleep hormone that tells your brain when it's time to relax and head to bed. Melatonin supplements are an extremely popular sleep aid and may help you fall asleep faster, which they do. We do like 3 milligrams, 5 milligrams, nothing big deal. But your body produces it naturally, so it's not a foreign object and it's not going to wreak havoc inside. It's just an extra little aid to help get your body to shut down, get your brain to shut down. So the Food and Drug Administration doesn't classify melatonin as a drug, which means that it's, as with other supplements, the FDA does not regulate it quality or dosage. However, research studies have looked at doses of zero point 0.1 to 10 milligrams and up to 2 hours before bedtime. You do have to, that's the other thing. If you are going to start putting melatonin into your rotation, which you can get it in a tea, which is very fast acting because it's already dissolved and ready to be absorbed into your stomach, which goes right into your bloodstream. Or you can do gummies, or you can swallow a pill. There's chewables. There's the type that is a tab that goes under your tongue, and that dissolves really quickly. If you are going to do it, I would definitely suggest doing something like that within the hour before you're ready to fall asleep, because it does take some time to break it all down and get into your system. But of course, if you're doing it like a tea or a dissolvable under the tongue, then you can do it much closer to your bedtime, like I would say 30 minutes to 45. but 1 to 2 hours for a pill that you have to swallow, and your stomach needs to break it down, or gummy that your body still has to break down that gelatin. So, um, work your way up. This is safe for children. It's true. Our pediatrician does. So I like to take the advice of professionals that also, use that in their life. Okay, moving on. Consider these other supplements. So magnesium is also something you can put in comes in a powder form that you can put into your tea. So if you're doing a tea, then you put the magnesium, then you're like double down. You're really going to get a really good deep sleep. And magnesium is also very natural and your body recognizes it. So it's not foreign and it's not going to wreak havoc in your body. So nitrate on the magnesium powder, I have that. Magnesium, nitrate, omega-3, resveratrol, and zinc. I'm a big advocate of zinc anyway. Zinc, vitamin D3, and vitamin C are going to be your best friends throughout all the reasons and seasons. While these supplements are not a magic bullet for sleep issues, they can be useful when combined with other strategies like we talked about, shutting all of the devices down at least an hour before, keeping your room. I love candlelight. Like candlelight is my thing. Like I swear my soul is an 18th century, queen somewhere. But I love the candlelight. I'm like all about that peaceful vibe that it gives off. And it's not, zombie lighting or bright lighting or blue lighting or whatever, any other kind of lighting. It's a natural lighting. So it's from a flame. So it's very romantic setting vibe too. So while these supplements are not a magic bullet, make sure you try these supplements one at a time to test their effects on your sleep. Right. So, you're totally, in my opinion, my humble professional opinion, what I would even tell my clients, what I would do for myself, what I do for myself and my own children. The tea is fine. The tea with the magnesium in it is the quickest, fastest acting way because it's already in that broken down form. So if you put a little magnesium in with your tea, you can even put a little honey in there if you wanted to, but drink that melatonin tea. I think it's called sleepy time tea. They already have that out there, which is really good. And let the good times roll, right? Let your body slip into that deep sleep. Oh my gosh. When I did my colonoscopy, they were like, the one great thing that you're going to feel out of this whole thing is the deep sleep. Like literally the anesthesiologist was talking to me, and then he was like, okay, I'm coming over and you're going to be in your deep sleep. Silent. I was like, wait, what? And then I woke up, I'm like, wait, did we do it? Out like a light. I haven't had that kind of sleep in a minute, so that felt really good. But okay, moving on. 8, don't drink alcohol. Having a couple drinks at night can negatively affect your sleep and hormone levels. This is because alcohol is known to cause or increase the symptoms of sleep apnea, snoring, and disrupted sleep patterns. It also changes nighttime melatonin production, which plays a key role in the body's circadian rhythm. So it's interesting, right? When my sister-in-law, who is a yogi, she is a yoga instructor, and she was talking about when she was in Bali doing this big cleanse, and through this cleanse, you cut out everything. You literally, you're cleansing your whole body. So she loved to drink red wine prior to, not a lot, just occasionally, but realized when she did the cleanse and then introduced the red wine back that the tannins were causing an allergic reaction. But when you don't take it out for long enough, you don't really know. But when you bring it back and you feel yourself getting stuffy nose or swollen eyes in the morning, see, hit it for 1 second, which was mind blowing because I also love, I used to love a good glass of red wine here and again, but I noticed the same thing when I cut it out of my body. And then I drank a glass, not even a full glass. My nose immediately started getting stuffy. My eyes started feeling swelly. And I was like, whoa, what's happening? Like I sounded like I was, getting a cold. And literally, it was just the introduction of red wine back into my system. So who knew? You might, if you wake up and you've been drinking red wine the night before and you have puffy eyes and you feel like you're sick, you got a stuffy nose or what have you might be allergic to red wine. I know I'm going to break your heart right there. I know that news is not what you might want to hear, but the swelling of the eyes and that like nasally congestion thing that you're walking around with might just be due to the amount of red wine you're drinking. So, just a fun fact there. Sorry to bust you up on that one. So, while an occasional drink at dinner or when you're out in the evening isn't likely to be harmful, consider avoiding drinking alcohol too close to bedtimes on most nights. So, I'd say cutting it out, a couple hours, 2, 3 hours prior to sleeping, just to make sure it's out of your system, and drinking water. Lord have mercy. Had I have been told about the actuality of your hangovers being attributed to dehydration. However, sadly, dehydration is what causes hangovers. So, if you want to avoid those hangovers, make sure you drink an 8-ounce glass of water for every drink that you have. Another 8-ounce glass of water, if not 12 ounces, to keep your organs hydrated because the hangover is caused from dehydration. So, you're welcome. Get comfortable bed mattress and pillow. Get a comfortable bed mattress and pillow. It's true. I actually saw this on way back in the day. They had MTV Cribs. This is going to sound so silly, but I saw, I don't even remember who it was. It was some rapper, and he was talking about the best investment that you can make in your life is in your bed. The type of bed you have, the type of bed sheets you have, because you spend 8 well, hopefully 8 to 10 hours of your time, of your life, of your day in that bed. So it's important to get good quality sleep. It just registered with me here. I'm a very logical mind. So when I hear logic like that, a good bed and bedding, it's so important. Pillows, all of that. You don't want a pillow that's too flimsy that can't support your neck, because your head should stay in line with your spine. So when you're even in your side sleeping and your head's like this, you might wake up with a crick in your neck because your muscles over here are working all night long to try and pick your head back up. That's what they're doing if your head falls too low. You need a pillow that supports your head enough that it holds it in a nice stance, nice inline structure. So I am like the pillow queen. I mean, it's Fort Knox over there. I got a pillow between my legs because I need to keep my legs separated so your spine can stay in line. I got one under my arm so it's not falling forward and it's not pulling on my spine and your rhomboids. Like sometimes you ever wake up and your back's hurting. It's because you slept weird with your arm hanging over, and now your muscles have been working all night back there to try and lift your shoulder and your arm back up so it can get itself in line, your spine in line, to not cause damage to your vertebrae. Wild, right? So you're putting your own body through those for the it's just tightness. So if you got up and you took a hot shower and you started to stretch, then you could get rid of that because now you're loosening those muscles back up. Or if you put a heating pad on to loosen the muscle back up and get that lactic acid out there and then stretch, it's going to make your whole day so much better. But if you ignore it and then you keep going through your day and then you're just continuing on with your day and utilizing those muscles and continuing to tighten up those muscles, you're going to be in bad shape. So, heating pad, hot shower, stretch it out, and get some better pillows to support your spine. So you need a support under your arm if you're a side sleeper, and one pillow in between your legs that's going to support your legs staying apart. So it's not pulling on your lower back and your vertebrae in the back, and also under your arms, so your shoulders not falling forward and pulling on the muscles in the back and pulling on the vertebrae. You really want to make sure you're getting the best supportive sleep. So you're not waking up with all these ailments, right? You don't want to wake up and already be a mess, especially if you're hardly getting great sleep anyway. So, bed quality can also affect sleep. For example, poor quality bedding can lead to increased lower back pain, yes, which can make it harder to sleep well. According to a 2021 research review, medium firm mattresses may be a good choice for comfort and to avoid back pain. However, the best mattress and bedding for you are extremely subjective. If you're upgrading your bedding, base your choice on personal preference. Go to like a mattress store and lay around on different beds. You'll be able to feel what bed feels right. Some people think they need a soft, comfy bed, but actually they need a more firm bed to support for support for their back. So I'd suggest just go to a bedding store, get your body up on those beds, and move around. That's why they have the beds out there like that, for you to learn what bed's right for you. And it will be the best investment because your body will thank you. You'll be in better shape mentally and physically, because when you're getting better sleep, you have better cognitive response. And when you're getting better sleep, your body is able to do its job, which is work on all the ailments that you have put it through the day. So, better sleep is key. All of this is on the healthline.com website where we are reading this from. So, number 10, optimize your bedroom environment. Your bedroom environment isn't just about how comfortable your bed or bedding is. It's also important to consider temperature, noise level, ventilation, and even the level of allergens or carbon dioxide in the air. So, we have an air machine in most of the bedrooms just to make sure the air stays clear. And also, it alerts us if for some reason, fire alarms smoke alarms were faulty or whatever didn't happen. The air machines that we use also have a sensor in them, and they can sense, like, for instance, when my husband burns some food that he's making or my teenager. So, which isn't very often, I must say. Hal, you're doing a great job. He's become the master chef of the house, which is wild to even say out loud. You never know your talents until you give them a go, fellas. You never know until you give it a go. So, to optimize your bedroom environment, try to minimize external noise, light, and artificial lights from devices such as alarm clocks. Also, if possible, keep your bedroom at a comfortable temperature. We keep our bedroom low temperature, like 63 to 65. That might not be so low for some of you guys, but that's like a good sleeping comfortable zone. So this one says around 65 degrees. Oh, there you go. Fahrenheit, which is 18.3 degrees Celsius, seems to be a comfortable temperature for most, although it depends on your preference and habits. Because you want to be cozied up, and so you don't want to be sweaty going to sleep, especially going through perimenopause or menopause for the men. Like, you want to be comfortable, you want to be cozy, you want your temperature to be lower so you get into deeper sleep. You don't want to be hot. It's hard to sleep when you're hot. It might also be a good idea to work on improving your home's air quality. Okay, moving along. So don't eat late in the evening, which I'm always talking about anyway. Eating late in the evening is just going to get you into a place where your body is working while you're trying to sleep, and that's not what you want. Hold on. I gotta write my teenager. So when you're going to sleep, you want your body to be just focusing on rest and recovery. So you want it to be recovering for whatever you put it through in that day already, or maybe you have some ailments or some inflammation, which many of us do have inflammation, or we have things that your body just needs to work on. Maybe you need to process food that you already ate through the day, and you need to give it that time. So if you eat before you're going to sleep, Now your body has to work on that, and it's not focusing on all the things it needs to burn and get rid of and take care of while you're sleeping. It's focusing on processing food, and that keeps you up and kind of like twisting and turning. You don't get in that REM sleep, and that's where you want to be. So, eating late at night may negatively affect your sleep quality. Consider eating dinner at least a few hours before you go to bed, which I think everything should be done 2 to 3 hours before you're going to sleep. If you do choose to eat later, limit the consumption to a small snack, something healthy that your body can digest quickly. The quality and type of food in your late night snack might also play a role in your sleep. If you are having a craving of some sort, in the apple cider vinegar cocktail, you can put it with the bubbly water or flat water and some ice and some lemon in there, and an 8-ounce glass with a tablespoon or 3/quarters of a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. If that doesn't curb your appetite, have some like bone broth on hand because it is very satisfying, but also high in protein. So that will help your body burn fat also while you're sleeping, which we're getting to. I promise we are getting there. Okay, so moving along. Yeah, you got that one, right? What's up? Thank you guys for joining. Good to see you guys over on TikTok. I really do appreciate you guys. Sorry, I'm trying to flip in and out, but so don't eat late in the evening. We're going over things that how you can burn fat in your sleep, how you get better sleep, and how to do it naturally. And mainly it's just like shutting things down an hour before you're going to bed and just trying to unwind and getting yourself in a more calmed and relaxed space. So the quality and type of food you eat, blah, 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 blah. High carbs have been found to have worse effects on sleep than low carb foods. So like I said, try the apple cider vinegar cocktail. I'm trying to tell you right now. The apple cider vinegar will also lower your levels of your insulin spikes and the need for insulin. It'll calm down your stomach. It will do wonders for you and curb your appetite. And then just get to bed so you don't put the food in your mouth when you're trying to get on this new journey in your 2025 level up journey. Just go to bed. Go to bed so you can stop thinking about food and get on a better sleep pattern. And then you have more time where you're fasting. So you start fasting from the last moment that you put food in your mouth. And then you go about your evening routines. And then you're going to bed. And then you're sleeping through the night. And hopefully that's what we're talking about. And then you're getting to waking up. And then do you need to eat first thing in the morning, or can you just have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or water or your apple cider vinegar cocktail and then continue fasting through your day? Maybe you're not hungry until like 10 or 11. And then boom, you've now allowed your body to fast for 15, 17 hours. And then you're in the optimal mental status when you get to that level. Now your body has done a full overhaul. You're like regenerating new cells. You got new energy. Your cognitive brain is on point. You're firing at all cylinders and you're just performing different. You're a better version of you because you let your body have all that time. Your body thanks you in a very magnificent way. Just give it a go. You never know. You never know till you give it a go. Okay, moving on. So don't eat late at night. Let's see, we already did that. Is it bad to eat before bed? Yes, you should not eat right before bed. Okay, don't drink any liquids before bed. And this is what I'm faulty of because I'm constantly drinking my water and I have water at my bedside and I'm like always on with the water. But here's what happens. You're drinking all this water and where's it going to go, right? You got to pee. So then you're waking up and you're deep sleep because you have to empty your bladder. So I've had to retrain my body so it doesn't do this all through the night. So, nocturia is the medical term of excessive urination during the night. It can negatively affect both sleep quality and daytime energy. Drinking large amounts of liquids before bed can lead to similar symptoms, though some people are more sensitive than others. Some people can just sleep through it and like a camel and then wake up after their 8 hours of sleep and pee like for 5 minutes because they were able to hold it in there the whole time. Although hydration is vital to your health, it's wise to reduce your fluid intake late in the evening. It's true. Try and get that 60 ounces in, 60, 68 ounces in before you're hitting the sheets. Telling you right now, it's a thing. You should also use the bathroom right before going to bed, as many just as this may decrease your chance of waking up at night. It's true. Just force yourself. Like I tell the kids, I know you don't think you have to go, but just let's try. And they end up having to go. Okay, so what's up, Robert? Welcome back. Good to see you over there. Welcome, welcome. Okay, moving on. Trying to go through this because I have an appointment today. Okay, relax and clear your mind in the evening. We talked about this already. How I said like doing the body scan thing where you put it on your phone. You can type it in YouTube. I don't know if you have Apple Music, Spotify. You just put on like bedtime deep sleep REM body scan. And it's somebody that like has a soothing voice in most cases. Find the voice that's right for you. And they walk you through getting your mind shut down. You mentally thinking about all the parts of your body, asking them to relax, letting them know you did your job for the day. It's time to relax, and trying to like get your whole body in this relaxed status. And that's where you want to be, right? You keep on with your phone and watching shows, and it's so easy to do, just constantly cramming that information in there. You're not going to get good sleep. Let's just be real. I mean, you guys are smart, Okay, so practicing relaxation techniques before bed has shown to improve sleep quality. These techniques are also a common method used to treat insomnia. Insomnia, you guys, and all you're doing is just these like little methods at night. You're not spending any extra money. You're just these methods. That's it. So, mindfulness, which is what I was talking about, mindfulness, meditation, and even listening to music like spa music, soothing sounds, thunderstorms, people go to sleep to. But other people find, like my clients, don't. Some of those are disrupting, so they like to do brown noise, and brown noise is a whole different megahertz of sound that it hits different. It's deeper. It's a deeper sound, not so mid-tones, but more of like a deep bassier sound. And maybe that's better for you, and that's called brown noise. You could also try reading a book, taking a hot bath. That's another thing that I also talk to my clients about, is taking a hot bath with Epsom salt with lavender in it, because the smell of the lavender also goes right into your brain waves, and that triggers your brain to want to get into that sleepful state, and also helps you produce natural melatonin. So I say like taking a bath with candle lights and turn all the lights out, a hot bath with Epsom salt with the candle lights and some couple drops of lavender in your bath, and maybe sipping on some melatonin tea with a little magnesium in there. What? Oh my gosh. You're welcome. You're going to get the best night's sleep of your life. So, just to reiterate that, you're putting some Epsom salt, which you can get a huge bag of Epsom salt, which is just magnesium salts. So when you put those in your bathtub, you're already absorbing that magnesium into your bloodstream via your skin in the bath, and that helps you to relax. Also, it helps with inflammation and soothing your muscles. So that also will help you get into a deeper sleep. If you have like sciatica or restless leg syndrome, or any ailments, you got back pains, arm pain, whatever you got going on, if you put Epsom salt in a bath and you take a warm bath before a warm candlelight bath, cut off all those, zombie lights, put it in your bath and sip on some melatonin tea or magnesium tea, or they make an actual sleepy time tea, and put some couple drops of lavender in your bathtub. I'm telling you, it is right on point. And you're going to want to pass that around to all the people that you know, because you're going to get that good of sleep. That's how good it is. So you can also try reading a book, which I don't suggest, but the taking the bath, deep breathing, or visualization. The visualization part is the thing that I'm telling you, the body scan. So if you type in that REM body scan with music, it'll give you that like visualization, because it's talking about imagine you're inside your body and you're just going around and telling your organs it's okay, time to shut down, your arms, time to relax, your legs, and you're just like doing this full body scan and relaxing your whole body all the way down to your toes. It's really fun. I actually really enjoy doing that. But the next thing you can do, how to fall asleep in 10, 60, or 120 seconds, and 3 ways to meditate before sleep. That's actually a really great article to click on. But those techniques I just told you about are gonna be your freaking winner right there, and all for like what, like five. Let's see, it's $5 for It's $5 for a huge bag of the Epsom salt, which is magnesium salt, which is going to be beautiful for your sleep and for your inflammation. It's probably, I don't know, $8 for essential oil, an organic essential oil thing of the lavender, which will last you for a very long time because you're only putting a couple drops in that. And then if you wanted to put a little bit of coconut oil into your bath so it soothes your skin in the process, so you're already moisturized and ready to just pop up out of that bathtub and get into bed. Candlelight. So we're talking about with a total of $20 for months and months of relaxation and great sleep. So it's making me sleepy even just talking about it. Let's continue. Almost there, almost there. Okay, rule out a sleep disorder. An underlying health condition may be the cause of your sleep problems. One common issue is sleep apnea. And a 2023 review suggests that about 33.9%, that's a very high percentage, 33.9% of men and 17.4% of women in the United States have sleep apnea. Who knew? Other sleeping disorders include parasomnia, restless leg syndrome, which I talked to you about, and narcolepsy. I would not want to discover that I had that, but good thing medicine advances so quickly because they've got options to heal so many things. You might also experience insomnia, which can be caused by factors such as stress, underlying medical conditions. According to a 2020 research review, at least 10% of adults have chronic insomnia and 20% experience it occasionally. I mean, how can we not? People are just constantly on their phones or iPads or devices or watching TV, like binge watching Netflix or what have you. So, I mean, it is the time of in our world that this is a thing. So these techniques we already talked about. If you're just joining, you guys make sure that you do hit that like, subscribe notification so you know when I do start my lives. And if you are on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and X, you can go back and watch these episodes from the jump. And TikTok doesn't do that for some reason. But I would suggest watching this from the beginning because this is a really great one. We're talking about how to get better, deeper sleep naturally when you're in your sleep state, your REM sleep status. Your body is able to heal and recover and work with all the damage and processing the fat that you already have on your body. Who doesn't want more of that, right? Okay, so we're going to flip through quickly that was from healthline.com. You guys know that's my tried and true healthline.com, WebMD, and Mayo Clinic. So we're going to like run through these Mayo Clinic ones. Oh, wait, did I make it to the end of that? I'm sorry. 15, exercise regularly. Of course. Why is that at the very end, though? I think that should be a little higher on the list. In my humble expert opinion, getting regular exercise can help improve sleep and health. It can enhance all aspects of sleep and has been used to reduce symptoms of insomnia because you're burning the energy off, right? You got to get that energy out that your body is naturally producing. Otherwise, it's just trapped in there. Although daily exercise is key for a good night's sleep, exercising too late in the day may cause sleep problems. This is due to the stimulatory effect of exercise, which increases alertness and levels of hormones such as epinephrine and adrenaline. So you definitely don't want to do that, right? You're trying to get to sleep. You want to relax and rest your mind. So like it goes back to everything 2 to 3 hours before you sleep and then shutting it all down an hour before you sleep and doing one of those methods that we had talked about. All right, moving along. Let me share a different page with you. So share screen. Let's go to what they say over here. Let's see if anything matches up. We're just going to kind of like speed through this one. But this is at the Mayo Clinic, which you guys know I love. They are tried and true, and they are getting information from board certified doctors that are on boards, that are panels that have doing all these research and studies, and these are the people that do it. So 6 tips. Stick to a sleep schedule. So now we know there's a common thread there, right? Sticking to sleep schedule. Okay, and then paying attention to what you eat and drink. Okay, we talked about that. Nicotine, caffeine, alcohol. We talked about that. Type of foods. You don't want carby foods. You want something your body can digest quickly, because you don't want your body spending, an hour trying to break the food down and give you, and process it, because that's going to just keep you awake. So going to limit your daytime naps. Well, it seems like these are pretty on par, right? We talked about literally all of that stuff already with the other page. Include physical activity in your day, manage worries, keeping your stress down. Yep. When to contact your health provider. If you're trying all those things and still nothing is working, then, you might have an underlying sleep problem. Okay, going to the other page that I had, which is 15 frozen, 6 ways, 7 ways to burn more fat while you sleep, 9 ways to burn fat while you sleep. Oh, here it is. Here, I'm going to here. Okay, and this is WebMD. All right. So at WebMD, whoops, where did I go? Where did it go? 6 ways to best time. No, that's sleep. That's T. WebMD. Sleep. What did it say? Sleep more, way less. Are you able to see me? Okay. Sleep more, way less. Your sleepy brain. Skimming on sleep sets your brain to make bad decisions. It dulls activity in the brain's frontal lobe, the focus of decision making and impulse control. Interesting. So, skimping on sleep sets your brain up to make bad decisions. It dulls activity in the brain's frontal lobe, the locus of decision making and impulse control. So it's like a little like being drunk. You don't have the mental clarity to make good decisions. What? I mean, that actually does make sense, because if I'm lack of sleep and I've gotten like 4 or 5 hours of sleep and I wake up, I might go eat some cereal. I'm not even really hungry, but I'm just like not making great decisions. I might go eat cereal that I didn't even want, or throw a piece of chocolate in my mouth, which is not healthy to do. Sugar spike right off the jump. So that's interesting. Plus, when you're overtired, your brain's reward centers rev up, looking for something that feels good, right? So you're getting that immediate release, that dopamine high. You're getting that quick surge, is what happens when that good food hits your palate. So instead of making those better decisions, being like, oh, I can get that if I get a good workout or a brisk walk in, go walk the dog, or something that's better for me than doing those things. So while you might be able to squash comfort food cravings when you are well rested, your sleep deprived brain may have trouble saying no to a second slice of cake. Which, if there were cake around, that's why you don't keep that stuff in the house, and I had a lack of sleep night, this might be something I would do. Research tells a story. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that when people are starved of sleep, late night snacking increased, and that they were more likely to choose high carb snacks. You guys ever find that happen for you? Because you're not getting great sleep. Now you're thinking about late night snacking. Maybe you have some potato chips, maybe you're eating some popcorn. Maybe you're having potato chips and popcorn with a drizzle of, chocolate on top. Yum. In another study done at the University of Chicago, sleep deprived participants chose snacks with twice as much fat than those who slept at least 8 hours. I wonder how many hours the other group slept. A second study found that sleeping too little prompts people to eat bigger portions of all foods when you have little sleep, increasing weight gain, of course. And in a review of 18 studies, researchers found that a lack of sleep led to increased craving for energy-dense, high-carb foods because it affects your frontal lobe. This is so wild. So, sleep and your metabolism. Sleep is like nutrition for the brain. Most people need between 7 and 9 hours each night. So get less than that, and your body will react in ways that lead even the most determined dieter straight to Ben and Jerry's. Too little sleep triggers a cortisol spike. So this stress hormone signals your body to conserve energy to fuel your waking hours. So this stress hormone signals your body to conserve energy to fuel your waking hours. So if you're setting this off, right, and from stress, you get it from stress in your waking day, and then you're setting this cortisol off in your sleeping time, then you're just like doubling down on adding fat rather than losing it. You want your body to lose it in the sleep. So eating these late night snackings, more sleep you get, the healthier your body will be. That is the freaking moral of that story right there. Just let me go back. Where am I? Nope, that's wrong. Okay. Okay. If you guys want to see this article too, you can go and read it in full. It's on WebMD about getting better sleep, how to get better sleep. In today's world, snoozing can be difficult, particularly when all your screens, computers, TVs, cell phones, tablets lure you into staying up just a little bit longer, scrolling through, reading this, looking at that, going down the rabbit hole. The basics are pretty simple. Shut down your computer, cell phone, and TV at least an hour before you hit the sack, and try some of those things that we had talked about on how to get your mind to calm down. So, going to create a bedtime ritual, save your bedroom for, okay. So here are some tips and tricks. You guys listen up. Are you ready? WebMD says the basics are pretty simple. Shut down your computer, cell phone, and TV at least an hour before you hit the sack. Put that music on, or maybe go take a nice hot bath with a candlelight. Put the Epsom salt in there, that magnesium salt. Put the lavender in there. Get those good smells. Get the good vibes. Calm it all down. Maybe drink your melatonin tea if you really want to double down. But save your bedroom for sleep and sex, and that's it. Think relaxation and release. Those are the two things that your bedroom should be for: relaxation and release, rather than work or entertainment. That's not for sleep. Those things don't have a home in your bedroom. Create a bedtime ritual. It's not the time to tackle big issues. Instead, take a warm bath, meditate, and read. Stick to a schedule, waking up and retiring at the same time every day. I mean, we did talk about that. I think those are great things to start with. Watch what you eat when you eat. Avoid heavy meals and alcohol close to bedtime. Soda, teas, coffees, anything, chocolate after 2 p.m. The caffeine can keep you up and stay in your system for 5 to 6 hours. Big number, my humble opinion. Big number. So turn out the lights. Darkness cues your body to release natural sleep hormone melatonin, while light suppresses it. So great. I think great. Those are great things to know about. Okay. The key to fat loss. Oh, my bad. Whoopsie. Share screen. Here we go. Where is it? Is it this one? Yeah. Muscle and fitness. Love me some muscle and fitness. Okay. The key to fat loss is not only to burn it or get rid of it, but also to stop making it. Stop making fat. There's one way. Says Robert Zembrowski, functional medicine doctor and clinical nutritionist. One of the fastest ways to get rid of body fat is to prevent surges of insulin at night. Hence, don't eat those high carb things or sugary things before you go to bed. So, which will take unused calories and store them as fat. If you have to eat at night, choose a piece of lean protein and a side salad of greens that will prevent big surges of insulin. So things, like I said, things that your body can break down quickly and easily, that does not pertain any processed or refined sugars. So if you had to eat something, but I'm telling you, the bone broth, the chicken bone broth is like a warm cup of nutrition and just gives you that warm feeling going down, and it's full of protein and it gives your stomach a full feeling because of the protein. So it's a great way. There's no carbs in it, and it's a great way to kind of curb that hunger if the apple cider vinegar cocktail is not doing it for you. But that is going to keep you out of the zone of getting snacking on other random stuff anyway. But again, go take your hot bath, turn everything off, and just relax and get out of the thoughts of wanting to eat. Alexa, cancel and get off of the thoughts that you want to eat. Okay, moving along. That was my alarm, which I was like, what is that? Okay, so by doing so, you increase the amount of growth hormone released after you fall asleep, which will cause the fat cells to release their fat to be used for energy. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Important part right there. I have to be on the screen, so I'm sure I'm blurry. So, wait, how did I get all the way down there? Key to fat loss is not. How did I get to the bottom? Okay, sorry, you guys. Okay, the key to fat loss is not only to burn it or get rid of it, but also to stop making it. We already said that. One of the fastest ways to get rid of your body fat is to prevent surges of insulin at night, which will take unused calories and store them as fat. If you have to eat at night, choose a piece of lean protein and a side of salad or greens that will prevent big splurges of insulin. And because of that, by doing so, you will increase the amount of growth hormone, which is what you want for cell rejuvenation, having that fresh, plump skin, tight skin, and getting rid of all of those fine lines and wrinkles, almost like you just had a little makeover while you were sleeping. It's how you stay young looking and not old and wrinkly and dried out of your skin, hydrated. By doing so, you increase the amount of growth hormone released after you fall asleep, which will cause the fat cells to release their fat to be used for energy, which is exactly what you want to happen. Okay, so how I got to the bottom of that, I have no idea, but we missed all of the things. 9 ways to burn fat while you sleep. Follow these rules for snoozing. Okay, sip white tea. Okay, while not as lauded as its green tea counterpart, white tea, which is derived from the same plant as green tea, is packed with antioxidants and health benefits, including fat loss. Studies have linked white tea extract to inhibiting cells from becoming fat and stimulating from inhibiting cells from becoming fat and stimulating fat breakdown. Swap your morning cup of joe for a cup of white tea, suggest. So white tea and oolong tea are both teas that help aid in this process. So if you do your white tea, your oolong tea, and a green tea in your day, and then at nighttime you do your melatonin tea, that's the tea. I'm spilling the tea right now. There you go. You're welcome. So your oolong tea, your white tea, your green tea, and daytime teas, right? And then at night you do your melatonin tea, and then you're all teed out. You're good to go. That's combating all of your fat right there. Okay, eat your carbs during the day. Consume the bulk of your calories, particularly carbohydrates, during daytime hours and less in the early evening. You'll go to bed with less of the hormone insulin in your blood so your body can metabolize fat for energy while you sleep. So this is the way you're burning fat. So literally it's the oolong and the white tea. You help you burn fat while you're sleeping, and cutting your carbs to eating those in the daytime and not at night with your nighttime meal. That's a way you can burn fat. So these are all just kind of shifting things, adding the tea, which is not very expensive, and then shifting the way that you eat your food and when you eat their types of food in the day. And then we're going down to chug a protein shake at night. Shake up a protein drink if you feel hungry in the evening, or you can like I said, drinking down that bone broth is also a great way to get your protein in. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, sir. Sweet teen here. Thanks, Hal. Several studies have found that protein before bed not only helps you build lean muscle mass while you're sleeping, build lean muscle mass, it also aids in muscle and cell repair, which is true. So if you don't have protein powder, you can get a good organic bone broth. Low sodium bone broth is the way I try to go. Get that, and a whole carton of it is like somewhere in the, I don't know, $4 to $10 range, and that will last you for the week. And yeah, then you can get your protein in, you can be sleeping better, and then burning more fat. So now we're up to what? I always like to make this a platform where you can get the best out of it, living your best life without breaking the bank. So now if you add the tea, the white tea, to burning fat at sleep, you're only having a cup a day. So you get a box of 12 or 14 tea bags in a tea box. It's usually around $3.50 to $5. So let's just say it's $5, and then you're adding that bone broth. So now you're up to $10 for the week, and you're getting better sleep, and you're burning more fat in your sleep from these things. Plus, you're burning more fat because you're getting more sleep in general, and your brain is working, your frontal lobe is actually working properly. You're firing on all the right cylinders, and you're improving your so many things. Your wake life, your energy, your mood, your stability with your mood, your sex life, all of these things are going to start to increase your libido because you've got more sleep. Your inflammation is going to reside. You're going to start feeling better. You're going to look better, all the things. So far, all we've added that costs any money is the tea, the white tea, and maybe having a bone broth at night before you go to bed, unless you want to have a protein shake, which you should do a protein isolate. Okay, so moving along. Why are there so many ads on here? I can't even see like the things. Okay. Try eating foods rich in amino acids and tryptophan, which includes turkey, chicken, and eggs. The protein can help, which if you get a casein protein and that's that protein shake you want to drink before bed, it has what they're talking about, the tryptophan in there. So it'll give you that kind of like that turkey high where you just pass out and fall asleep. In addition, proteins can cause the body to use more calories during digestion than carbohydrates, which may further improvement of the body's ability to burn fat overnight, according to Aaron. So if you wanted to add that protein powder in, your casein protein is going to give you that type of powder, not the isolate. The isolate is just more quickly digestible. Exposure to light before bedtime. We already talked about that. Turning those lights out, melatonin, that assists in the production of brown fat, which is key in metabolizing calories. So shut off your electronics an hour before bed because you don't want that extra production of that brown fat. You ain't trying to go there. Hit your H2O quota. Hit that quota. You guys, water, 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 water. I'm telling you, I need a remix of the water song because water is everything. It's everything. It's what gets the waste out of your body. It's what hydrates your organs and your skin and your hair. Water is literally everything for your health, the health of your life. So, drinking that water. And also people who get like that snacky urge at the end of the night, chewing on like broken up ice chips without breaking your teeth. Chewing on ice chips can also help you get over that oral fixation of needing something in your mouth. Go take that hot bath with the Epsom salt and the magnesium, put the candles on, get that soothing music playing, and go to bed. And then you will wake up and feel so much better and so much more proud of yourself that you did not break and go have that bag of chips or that candy or ice cream or whatever before bed and then wake up feeling like junk. You just feel like a complete failure when you do that. And then you go to bed and you wake up and you're like, why? You feel like you weren't able to stick to the promise that you made for yourself. And it's a sucky feeling. It's a feeling sucks. I know. I've lived that life and it sucks. It really does. So it feels really good when you can actually do it. You stick it, you put your mind to it and you do it. And then you wake up feeling like freaking champion. Like, I did that. I wanted to do this, but I didn't. I did that instead. And that is a beautiful space to be in. That is the champion status you want to wake up feeling, because that sets the tone for the rest of your day. So the quicker you can get into that sleepy vibe, sleeping harder, and then waking up and not just waiting a little bit longer to eat your food if you can. So the longer you stay in that fasted state, the longer your body has to burn fat, heal the damage inside, and give you your best go at regenerating your cells, giving you beautiful glowing skin, helping you think more clearly, doing the right things for your body. Your body will thank you in return. It's true. It will thank you in return. One handful of walnuts and almonds can also increase your melatonin levels and promote better sleep. So, like an hour before, let's say you're going to brush your teeth and go get in a hot bath and do that whole ritual vibe. And when you do, be sure to come here and give me a nice big old thank you and a little huggy or kissy emoji, because you're welcome for getting that good night's sleep without breaking the bank. And you've spent a total of like $15 on your Epsom salt and your lavender oil and maybe a candle. You're going to get the best sleep. And then having your melatonin tea, and that will just knock you right the heck out and get the best sleep, the best REM for you. And that's what it's all about, giving your body time. So if you need to have a snack, maybe like having a handful of walnuts or almonds is also a good way to go. And let's see what last few things. Spice up your meals. Up your consumption of cayenne pepper and red pepper flakes, and other types of hot peppers to aid in thermogenesis, fat burning. So I don't know if you guys remember that there was like a huge fad going around. It's like you put apple cider vinegar, lemon, and cayenne pepper. And it's true. It's a thing. It really does help with your digestion. It helps rid your body of all the impurities, and it helps kind of replenish your organs and your gut and your biodome inside. So it's a really good thing to do. It really, really, truly is. Okay. And so spicing up your meals with some cayenne pepper. And what's 9 of 9? Prevent weight gain. The key to fat loss is not only to burn or get rid of it. Okay, well, that's what we started with. We started at the bottom. Now we're here. Okay, we went all the way down, came all the way back up and through. So that's it, you guys. A lot of great stuff there. Like, honestly, a lot of great stuff. Healthline.com, WebMD, and Mayo Clinic. Those are the three. If you want to get good, tried and true information that is studied and tested, and all the data is from board certified people that have gone to school for eons to learn about this stuff. That's where you want to go and get your information from a good source. Or you can just come right here. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, notification bell so you know when I'm coming on here live. It's going to be Tuesday through Friday, and we're going to uncover the layers in the beauty, health, and fitness industries. I'm always going to bring you something that I wholeheartedly believe in and I have done a deep dive on. So all the information you get here is to guide you into living your best life from the inside out. I feel like we're all capable of having that. And I work with so many clients all across the board, all ages, all stages, all different types of body ailments that they're going through, health conditions. And I am able to bring them to a status where they are actually living their best life that they've maybe ever lived in their 40, 50, 60, even 80 years of life. So I know it can happen. I do it with my clients, and I'm here to share my knowledge and all my expertise with you in nutrition and health and fitness and in beauty as an esthetician and a massage therapist across the board. I have everything that can help you in your daily lives living your best life, and I'm trying to do that without you guys breaking the bank. So please do make sure sharing is caring. Also, share it with someone that you know needs a little inspiration in their life, or a little motivation, or just somewhere to turn to that they know that they're going to get good, solid information on how to live their best life. So until I see you guys tomorrow, I have to run, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Big blessings to all my Catholics friends, all the Christians out there that are doing Lentil season starts today. Happy Ash Wednesday to you all. God bless you, and I will see you later. Bye. Thank you, Bo. Thanks for helping out. Thank you, Hal.